Debbie Anthony here with Chalk Pretty Things. Welcome to my first live video. Whoa. Okay, let me make an adjustment there. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. This is my first live video, and I do have some adjustments to make to this camera, and I'm getting used to doing this. Anyway, let me see who's on. If you can see me, please say hello. I'm not actually sure if I'm on or not. Just 1 second. So if you can see me, please go ahead and say hello. Type hello into the comment box. I will try to get this adjusted so it's not quite so crooked. I am so glad that I have a limited audience today as I do my first live appearance. I'm trying to do a DIY. It's Chalk Couture with their transfers, reusable transfers, and their paste. I have a decal here as stencil. It's a reusable stencil. It says, "Welcome to our winter wonderland." And these are really nice. They have a screen inside so the paste goes in and it makes a really nice crisp design. The first thing you need to know when you pull it off the backing is that it's very sticky. So I've already had to unstick it to itself, but also you don't want it to stick to the board so that you have to rip it off. So you want to make sure you fuzz it. That's what this is called. And you can do this either by sticking it to any cloth or your shirt. This one's kind of big though, so you want to fuzz it a few times so that its sticking power isn't quite as strong, so that you can remove it when you're done, but yet it'll stay in place while you need it for chalking. So I'm going to fuzz this a little bit. It was really, really, really sticky. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So now you try not to get it stuck to itself. I have a board here. It's an 18-inch wooden round from Home Depot. It's one of the pretty thin ones. It was about $10 from Home Depot. And what I did with it was I went ahead and colored it, painted it with some chalk paint in the color Cashew. That's very, very neutral. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this design, try to center it onto my board as best I can. I think it needs to come down just a little bit. And if it's not quite where you want it, you can always lift it back up and put it back down. And you do want to put it down without any bubbles so that it's flat. So let's see. That looks pretty good. All right. This looks pretty good to me as far as placement. I'm going to smooth it out. Make sure we don't have any air bubbles, because that would cause the paint to leak and you won't get those nice crisp lines that we want. Just putting it down. You know, the air bubbles out. I have some bubbles up here. The larger transfers are a little bit harder to work with than the smaller ones, so I would advise, if you've never done this before, to start with one of the smaller transfers. I'm just going around making sure that it's a tight seal so that we don't have any paint bleeding through, or chalk paste. We have these beautiful pine cones down here and some branches, pine branches. I want to make sure that those are on as well. This looks pretty good. So I think that what I would like to do is do the pine cones in the copper color. This is our chalk paste from Chalk Couture, and as you can see, it's very creamy. You want to make sure you stir it up very well before you use it. And if it's too thick, you can always add some water to it and stir it up. It should be the consistency of sour cream or Greek yogurt. So I need this paste, and I also need a squeegee. I have two different sizes. I have a smaller one, a mini one, and a regular one. I'm going to go ahead and put some paste on my pine cones first. And very carefully, I'm going to go ahead and cover just the pine cones with the paste. With the paste, you just kind of want to smooth it on, and you want to press it into, you don't have to press very hard, but press it into the screen that's in the transfer. And you don't need a lot of paste, just a little bit does it. But you do want to make sure that it's covered. The pine cone is covered. And if you have too much, as you go, you can see if you've got excess paste, you can just scrape it off and use it on the next one, or put it back in the jar. How are you guys doing tonight? Everybody doing okay? I know it's late. I just really wanted to get this first live out and done with, and get this experience over with so I can perfect my craft here. All right, that's my pine cones. I did get some right here on the line, but I can always clean that up later, or maybe blend it. I'm going to do the greenery, the pine greenery, a green color. I'm just going to put some here and there and spread it around. Working in little sections at one time. This paste does dry pretty quickly, so you'll see that as I'm done with this green, I'm going to pull up the transfer to make sure that the paste does not dry inside the screen, because then it'll pull it off your surface, and you actually want it on your surface, of course. So I'm just going to move pretty quickly on this green part so that it doesn't dry on the screen. This is really pretty relaxing to go ahead and smooth all this paste on here. Very relaxing. And you don't have to be too careful with it. I would like to smooth some of this out though. I got too much. Smooth it. Make sure it's going through the screen. Smooth it. more up here next to the pine cone. Now when I lift this up, I'm just lifting it to release it from the paper, from the surface. And then I am going to gently place it back down. Oh, you guys, it looks beautiful so far. Wow. I know you can't see it, but I'm going to wait so it's a surprise for you guys. I'm going to peel it up so that all that paste has a chance to dry on the surface itself and not on the silk screen. I'm going to gently lay this back down. And I'm going to continue with the rest of the transfer. I'm going to do the words for Winter Wonderland in silver. Just making sure that my transfer is down. Don't want any leakage. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this. See how the paste is very nice, very creamy. I'm just going to apply some here and there. And smooth it out with my squeegee. Letting it go through the screen that's in the transfer. Just moving this paste around. To cover all the open spots in the screen. And really you use very little of this paste. You just push it on. Make sure that all your spots are covered. And do the words, Winter Wonderland. And even though it looks like I'm putting a lot of paste on here, most of it will be scooped back up and into the jar. You really should try to go just one direction with your paste. Paste is so smooth, it goes on so easily. Okay, I think I've got all the spots. So this is what it looks like at this point. And now I'm going to do the big reveal where I peel off the stencil. You want to peel it off evenly. I can kind of peek and see if there's any spots that I've missed so far. Peel it off. so that you don't want to stretch it out. So peel it evenly without touching anything that you've inked or chalked. Oh my gosh, guys. This is a beauty. Okay. Now with this transfer, we're going to lay it out and we're going to clean it right away with some water. So I'm just going to set it down for now on the table. I was going to show you how nice this came out. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look how shimmery it is. That shimmer paste, the silver and the copper, is beautiful. What you can do now is add some embellishments to the top. Oh, I need to turn on my glue gun. So I've got this branch of greenery, and I think that I wonder if I can just go like this. I bet I could. So it was all at the top. I'm just going to bend these branches down. Leave some up at the top. I'm going to cut off this big stem here, the bottom stem. With a pair of wire cutters, they seem to work better than these scissors. This is a tough one, guys. You know what? For right now, I'm just going to fold it back because it is not cutting. And what I'm going to do, I wish I could cut that. Let's just add this up here. This is one of the thickest stems I've ever had, guys. I guess I'm not as strong as I thought I was. We're just going to make it work by hiding it. I also have this, this is just a long strand of a garland of decorations. And I thought that some of these pine cones would look really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this off. And it's all going to come apart. That's okay. I don't think we're going to use these. So once my glue gun is heated up, I am going to glue this branch to the very top. few of these red leaves. Top. Glue this bundle of sticks. And a few pine cones. Let's get these in the right position now. And it's not completely dry, but I'll hold it and show you how it's going to look. And we can move all these branches around, but welcome to our winter wonderland. Alrighty guys, there it is. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Bye.